If you want to learn to land an airplane, you've come to the right place. Before I would have a student attempt to control the aircraft on 3 axes, I wanted them to master 1 axis at a time. I would set the aircraft 5 feet above the runway, and then I would ask the student just to keep the aircraft there. This afforded students far more time to work on their finesse than they would normally have with the power off. That never took me more than 2 circuits before they were proficient. Then, during the 3rd approach, I would have them follow through with me, as I would commence counting out loud after the flare, so they could understand the correlation between numbers and when a plane is ready to land. Something you may not know is that most aircraft, except fighters, after you reduce the power to idle and flare, have about 10 seconds of stored kinetic energy with which to land. This holds true for the smallest aircraft all the way up to the largest, from Taylorcraft and Cessna 152s up to the 747, the 777, and the Airbus aircraft. Getting my students to solo sooner wasn't just the incorporation of a correlative landing technique. It was also the incorporation of single-axis training to proficiency before moving on. I would do this with the elevators first, then the ailerons, then the rudder. Why? Because not doing it results in a lot of wasted effort. There is a tremendous amount of flight time spent trying to teach students how to land in all 3 axes quickly. And that, in my opinion, is the problem, because a lot of errors are made and a lot of interventions are having to be performed so that nothing bad happens. It would be better for instructors to concentrate on single-axis training to proficiency first, before moving on. Some people may ask, well, how do you do single-axis training with the ailerons? Well, I'll tell you. On final, I would deliberately have the aircraft not on the extended centerline. I would then ask the student to fly through the extended centerline to the other side, with my feet on the rudders and their hands on the hand controls. Then I would ask them to go the other way through the extended centerline, and we'd repeat again and again. 2 circuits in the pattern were typically all that was required for them to show proficiency. Some people might ask, well, how do you do single-axis training with the rudder? Well, I'll tell you. While I was flying the aircraft, I would ask them to place their feet on the rudder pedals, and at the same time, I would ask them to sit on their hands so that they wouldn't have the temptation of trying to control the aircraft in the other 2 axes. I would then side slip from side to side through the extended centerline. At first, the nose would not stay straight when I started the turns, but soon enough, it would always stay straight because they knew what to expect. What's my takeaway from all this? Rote landing techniques are indeed one way of landing an aircraft. It's been going on for a long time, but it's certainly not the most efficient way. Could an application of the correlative landing technique have helped this pilot? How about this aircraft? Would an understanding of kinetic energy have helped him? Let me know. See if you can identify some of the problems this pilot had during this landing. I want to commend the pilot for exercising good judgment and executing a go-around when he did. When it all comes together, there should be no question as to the student's understanding of how the aircraft's controls work, or as to their judgment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thanks so much for watching.